first project. I'm very excited. So as I said in the end of the last video, that my mother has ordered 10 of these for newborns at her hospital, where she is a labor and delivery nurse. So I figured it's a nice, easy project. Let's work on that together. Okay, so quickly, I am using Karen 1 pound because she wants so many. You don't have to buy it by the pound. You can buy just a small skein, will work just fine. Okay, and it's a number 4 weight. I'm going to use my trusty 4mm hook, and we're going to get going. Okay, so to start, we're going to learn a new trick. It's called the magic circle, and I'm going to show you the magic. Okay, so just like we start a slip knot, I'm going to go behind my 2 fingers. I'm going to go in front, and then I'm going to pull up this one right here in the back. Okay, but I'm not going to pull it tight. I'm going to leave it just like that. Okay, and I'm going to hold the knot open, and sometimes I'll put my finger in here so it doesn't close on me, and I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2 right here. Okay, now I'm going to put 11 double crochets in the loop. So yarn over, and I'm going to go 1, yarn over 2, yarn over 3, yarn over 4, 5, 6, whoops, try that one again, 6. You see my fingers are inside the loop, and that's how I'm able to hold it. Put my fingers in, and then I hold the yarn like this. Okay, so let's see, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, do 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, now this end, this is how the magic loop works. Okay, this end here, I'm going to hold the stitches tight, and I'm going to pull, and watch what happens. I'm going to pull this, and it is now a circle, and I can pull this nice and tight. Okay, so there you have the magic circle. Okay, now this I'm just going to ignore. It's going to end up on the inside of my hat, and at the end I'm going to sew it in. Okay, but until then I kind of hold on to it. It's a little extra security to hold on to. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my next, right over here, because I'm going to go in a circle. I'm not going to turn my work at all. I'm going to go in a circle. So in my circle, I'm going to go into, you can see here's my chain 2, and I'm going to go into this top stitch right here. Okay, and I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through, and I'm going to make a slip stitch, which basically just means I'm going to pull up a loop, and then I'm going to pull that same loop through the stitch on my hook. Okay, and that's how I'm going to close my circle. Now, because it's a hat and we want it to go, no baby, well, some babies' heads are this big, but we're not making hats for that baby. We are going to make hats for a bigger baby, so we need this top part of the hat to get bigger. And here, so it's a little confusing, but I'm going to try and explain it to you. To increase, okay, I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2. Okay, now I'm going to put 2 double crochets in each stitch all the way around. Okay, so I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to go into this stitch, and I'm going to put 2 double crochets, 1 in the same space. Okay, 2. Now I'm going to go to the next one, and I'm going to put 2 double crochets again, and 2. Okay. And 1 and 2. So I'm going to do that all the way around. All the way, I'm going to do 2 double crochets. Okay, 1 and 2, and 1, 2, and 2. Oops, see, I did it. 2 in the same stitch here. 2. Okay, no worries, you just pull it out and try again. 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 1, 2. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, and now you see we have 1 more stitch right here. Okay, and I'm gonna go right here, and I'm gonna do 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay, so you see how my work will lay flat. Okay, and it's because I did 2, I increased, which is basically just doing 2 in the same stitch all the way around. Now I could do that again, and then I would get really big, but I want to get, it's going to, let's see, I want it to sit like this. Okay, I want it to not go straight out, right? I want it to go kind of out and down. We're going to make this curve of the head. Okay, so here's my magic stitch, my magic ring. Okay, and then this is my 2 double crochets. This is what we've just finished right here. Okay, so now we're going to go, do you see how it's just a little bit more rounded? It's not straight out and it's not straight down. It's just kind of a little bit curved. That's the goal. Okay, so here I'm going to go, there's my chain 2. I'm going to go into the top of my first double crochet, and I'm going to slip stitch. Between each row, you always join with a slip stitch. Okay, now I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to put 2 double crochets into this same loop right here. 1 and 2. Okay, and then you're going to, in this next one, you're going to put 1 double crochet. Just 1. Okay, now I'm going to put 2 in the next one. 1, 2, and 1 in the next one. And it's going to be like that all the way around. We're going to do 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around. And go ahead and pause right here, and I'll meet you at the other end. Okay, so here I've come to the end of this row, and this part may be a little confusing. If you're looking, you can see, oh no, I have another stitch. We're just going to ignore that because it's a chain, okay, and we put 2 here, and we ended with 1 stitch here. So that is our slip stitch, and we're just going to kind of ignore it, and it will close. You won't even see a space. So you're going to go right in here, the top of this chain, this stitch, and you're going to slip stitch right here. And you see it kind of disappears. Can't really see it. Okay? Now we're going to do the same sort of thing when we go up. So we want it to go, we're going to follow this curve. So we're going to just add one stitch to the middle of our doubles. So we're going to do chain 1, 2, and I'm going to put 2 double crochets right here. 1 and 2. Okay, so now I'm going to put 2 single double crochets. So 1 here and 1 here. Okay, and then I'm going to put 2 in the next one. So I've just gone up. Okay, this one had 1 single crochet between our 2 doubles, or not single crochet, 1 double crochet between our 2 stitches of double crochets. And so up here we're going to have our double crochets, and we're going to have 1 double and 1 double. So 2 times we're going to do 1 double, and then 2 doubles in the same stitch. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, and then in 2 stitches in the same stitch. 1, 2. Then I'm going to do 2, 1, and 2, and then 2 in the same stitch. Okay, so go ahead and pause, and I'll meet you at the other end. Okay, so here we are at the end of this row, and this is our last increasing row for an infant hat. If you want to get a bigger hat, you can just by adding rows, increase rows just like this. And each increase row, you would add one of your single double crochets. So see, we did 1 here, 2 here. If I want to go bigger, I can go 2, 3 on the next row, you know, a double crochet, and then 3 single double crochets, and then 2 double crochets. And then on the next one, I would go up to 4, and then you go 5. You can make it as big as you want. But for this project, because we're doing just a baby hat, we're going to go ahead and, oh wait, let's see if this, anyway, okay. We're going to go ahead and stop increasing right here. Okay, go in this stitch, and we're going to do our slip stitch to join. Okay, and then from here on out, it's going to be the same until you get to 10 rows, and you count rows by how many circles you have. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go up to 10 rows. Okay, so I'm going to chain 2, and I'm just going to put 1 single crochet. Nope, sorry, 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way around. Only 1. We're not adding 2s. We're not any of that. Just 1 double crochet all the way around. Okay, and I will meet you back on the other end. Okay, so here we are at the end. I'm going to put 2 more single double crochets here. 1 and 2. Okay, and then I'm going to, right in this one, I'm going to slip stitch to join. Now, you're going to keep doing that all the way around for 10, a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more rows, so that when you count from your circle here, you count to 10 rows. Okay, so remember, you just put two chains and then a double crochet all the way around, and then slip stitch to join. Okay, so keep doing that, and I will see you in a minute all the way down to 10 rows. Okay, so here we are. We've got our 10 rows, and we're going to put on this bubble stitch. Okay, so I slip stitched and I pulled my yarn through, and then I'm just going to let it hang in there. Okay, now I'm going to go across my work, and I'm going to work from the inside here. Okay, so I'm going to lay this on the inside so that I can see it with my thumb, and I'm going to go into this stitch right here. It's underneath. If I look at the top, it's underneath that V. Okay, and then I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through, and then I'm going to chain 1, just like that. Okay, now for each bubble, I'm going to put 3 double crochets, but I'm going to start out by only doing half of each double crochet, and let me show you what I mean. Okay, so into the next stitch right here, I'm going to put a double crochet. So when I work over my yarn, my ends. If you don't want to, that's absolutely okay, and you just drop it inside and let it just be there, and you can sew it in at the end. I don't like sewing in the ends, and neither will you eventually, so I'm going to show you how to sew in your ends as you go. Okay, it's a lot less work in the end. Okay, so I put my hook in, and I'm going to pull up a loop, and I'm going to pull through 2 loops on my hook. Okay, and I have 2. Now I'm going to do that one more time. In and go in and pull up a loop, and I'm going to go through 2. So now I have 2 partially done double crochets. 1 more. I need 3. Okay, and I'm going to pull through 2 loops. So now I have 4 loops on my hook, and I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through all 4. Okay, and to get that bubble, I'm going to put a single crochet in the next stitch. A single crochet, and there you see you get a little bubble. Okay, now in the next one I'm going to do my 3 double crochet bubble. Okay, so I'm going to pull up a loop, and I'm going to pull through 2. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through 2. Sorry, going out of focus. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through 2. Okay, so 3, and I'm going to pull through all 4. And then I'm going to go in the next stitch, and I'm going to put a single crochet. And there you have 2 little bubbles. Okay, so you're going to continue this all the way around to the end, and I'll do a couple more, and then you can pause. So 1, yarn over, pull up a loop, and go through 2. Okay, yarn over, pull up a loop, and go through 3, or go through 2, that's our 3rd one. And then I'm going to pull through all 4, and I'm going to single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, oh, and I have a little string here that I've already worked over, so I can just go ahead and snip that off. And now I don't have to sew in that white end. It's so nice. Okay, so continue that all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, so I came about halfway around, and I've come to my end of my red. And again, just like with the white, you can put it in and just keep going, or you can go over it, and it's one less end to have to sew in. So I put my single crochet here, and then I'm going to put my 3 double, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to finish that, and then to the next stitch I'm going to put my single crochet, and then I'm just going to lay this on top, and I'm going to go right over it. Okay, so I just hold it and go right over it. 1, 2, 3, pull through all 4, and my single crochet, and do it again. 1, whoops, 2, 3, pull through all 4, and I'm going to put my single crochet, and then I'm going to 1, 2, 3, and single crochet. Okay, so keep going all the way and just go over your end. Okay, so here I am. I've come all the way to the end. I have my single crochet here, so I'm going to put one more bubble. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, pull through all 4. And in the same stitch that I did my joining of my white yarn, I'm just going to put a single crochet. Okay, and then in this bubble, so I have this as my chain, and I'm going to go in this stitch right here in the bubble, and I'm going to slip stitch, and that is going to be my join. Okay, so there we have our bubbles all the way around. Okay, and I just cut this off and I pull it out, and now I only have one end to sew in and another one, 2 instead of 4. So let's sew those in. I have my smaller needle. Okay, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera. Okay, go in here. Now on the underside, I'm just going to, wherever it fits, there's really no rhyme or reason to it when we're sewing in our ends. I like to go back across the way I came, just so I can double it. I feel it's less likely to slip out that way. Okay, pull that through and clip that off. Okay, now I go inside here and I turn this inside out so that I can see where I'm stitching. Okay, and I just sew this end in here. Okay, cut that off, and there you have your very first baby hat. Good job. Okay, now my hat here has a pom-pom on it that I made, and so I will show you. No, I'm gonna just do it real quick so that I can show you how to attach a pom-pom. You can buy these pom-poms, you can make them, they're really not that difficult. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, and we will do a tutorial on how to do those later. Wow, that was fast. Okay, so if you're wondering, this is called a a pom-pom maker. It comes in 3 different sizes. The brand name is Clover. You can get them at Michael's or Joann's or pretty much wherever. You can also order them on Amazon. And they come in, I think there's like 4 or 5 different sizes. I have 3 or 4. Anyway, so when I'm trimming, I'm holding onto my loose ends. This is the end that I tied when I was tying the thing. Because I need these to attach it to my hat. And take my needle and I thread both ends. Let's see. Thread both ends in here. And then I go right in the middle of my magic loop. Okay, and I just go right in. Then I turn the hat. Again, I turn it kind of upside down, or kind of inside out. And that way I can get to what I need to. And I just pull my ends through. My magic loop is nice and tight. Okay. And then I just take both ends and I'm going to knot it. Okay, knot it. I'm going to knot it again. Okay. Then I'm going to separate these and I'm going to sew them in separately. So this one is going to go in on this side. Oops. And then this way. Okay. And then this one is going to go this way over here. Okay. Pull my 2 sides, and that knot should stay nice and flat. And I just trim off my ends here. And there you have it. A nice, pretty hat. Now, the pom-pom does not have to be perfect. If you want it to be more perfect, you can snip off more. But be careful, because when you start snipping, then one side is smaller than the other, and you end up getting this tiny little pom-pom, and it really kind of looks silly. So there we go, a finished hat. I hope you enjoy.